Hello everyone, my name is Winters and welcome back to this Let's Play series of Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. We are continuing on almost exactly from where we left off. We currently have 4 jobs in the garage. This one is the one we're going to be working on in this episode. It is a normal order. This one is an experience order, this one is an experience order, and this one down the back here I picked up off camera and is also an experience order. Before we go any further though, we're going to check the phone and we're going to see if there are any more experience orders for us to pick up, which there doesn't seem to be. Okay, so let's get a gander at this bad boy and see what we have to do. Grinding and shaking from gearbox, driver struggling to find gears. Right, well, first things first, she needs to go up on the lift. This is going to be gearbox, clutch pressure plate, all that sort of stuff, release bearing. So we need to see, do we take off the starter here? We do. We do take off the starter here. And I can see already that it's the gearbox that indeed does need replacing. So it'll be release bearing, clutch plate, pressure plate, and possibly flywheel. That will be the end of this order. This will be a fast one. Probably about 5 minutes. It'll take us to get this job done. And then we'll move on to the next one. And sure enough, the release bearing needs replacing. The clutch pressure plate needs replacing. And I can see the clutch plate itself and the flywheel also need to be changed up. Now, I'm going to quickly recondition what I can, which ain't much. And we're going to go here. Here we go. And I should have this stuff in stores. Indeed, it's looking good. Yep, they're looking really good there so far. And I'm pretty sure I have a release bearing. I do. And now, gearbox. We're going to have to get a gearbox. So it's I4 RWD. Gearbox I4 RWD. So let's just do a search for gearbox. And gearbox, I said I4, didn't I? There it is there. So we'll put this bad boy back in place here. And we'll get the drive shaft back on. And that's it, I think. Done there, yep, sure enough, it's the end of the order. Of the job, so let's drop her down. Ooh, the starter, I mustn't forget the starter. That enemy almost struck again. Nearly went and done the whole thing without the freaking starter. Okay. So, that is that job done. We spent 1,400 on parts and we're getting 3,700 back in payout. Wunderbar. Right, we're going to play musical chairs here now with the car. So we're going to move this one to lifter A. We're going to move this one to lifter B. And we'll move this one to lifter C. And we're going to check the phone and see if there are any more experience orders, or generally easy orders is what we're looking for as well. One quick XP. Okay, I would say that this is an easy one. So I'm going to pick that one up, even though it's a normal order. Find and fix any running gear problems. Should I? Shouldn't I? Do you know what? I will. I'll pick that one up as well. Okay, let's take a gander at this bad boy. Find and fix running gear problems, and there's a significant list. Oh, this is an experience order, so it's going to make us work for it. Suspension rattling, sloppy car steering. Right, let's see if it can be moved to the test path. Yay, it can. So this should find the suspension. I assume that's where the majority or any of the problems is going to be. It'll be in the suspension, but we get to check out the brakes as well while we're here. So brakes up the front, both left and right, are in really good condition. Brakes down the back, just like they are up front, they're in really good condition. We're moving on to the front suspension now, and it looks like the suspension front left is in really good condition. front right is above average, I suppose is how we would describe that. And we're onto the rear suspension now, and ooh, that's where the problems are. Problems are in the rear suspension, right, both left and right. So let's move this car to lifter A. Excuse me. And we'll get her up on the first stage of the lift. We're going to pop the hood, and we're going to take a look inside the engine bay, see if we can spot anything. Steering rack there. Right, okay. So that means lifting her up. We're going to mark off everything that we've discovered thus far. There are still a few items that we haven't discovered, and hopefully we will catch those during the course of our repairs. Okay. Wait a minute. There was another list there, wasn't it? Yeah, there is. There. Alright, okay. Right. Wheels, off you come. Wheels on the far side have to come off as well, since we're going replacing that steering rack. Right. So outer tie rod, inner tie rod. Now we'll move over to this side. Outer tie rod needs replacing, inner tie rod needs replacing, and the steering rack. Okay, we should be able to pull from stores here straight away and get the front done. Alright, wheel can go back on. And now we move over to the other side. The inner tie rod that we took off, it can go back. Same with the outer tie rod that we took off, it can go back. Now the wheel can go back. So that should fix the sloppy car steering. So now we go down the back, and this is where the majority of the problems are. I can see it already. Wow. I'm just trying to get a gander and see. Right, we have to bring it down to the knuckle, which means all of this is coming off. Those brake pads look fine. I need to remember that. That bearing doesn't look great. Indeed, it wasn't. Okay, now let's start taking the suspension out. This arm is going to have to come out as well, I suppose. This rubber bushing needs to come out, and so does this one. And then that suspension arm can come out, and along with this suspension arm B. And then we'll take the shock out, and then the knuckle can come off. Right, now we move over the other side, and wow, it's not much better over here. In fact, it might be a bit worse. We have to strip her down to the maker's name. Alright, pads look alright, indeed they are. Wheel bearing doesn't look great, indeed it isn't. So hopefully we're going to have a lot of stuff that we can recondition here. That would make things much easier if we don't have to do a lot of purchasing. Alright, get that suspension arm out. We'll get that upper suspension arm next. Then we'll get that suspension arm B. And that end link. And now the sway bar. And the knuckle. Right, this bushing needs to come out, and so does that bushing. And you know what, we'll do those now. They just, because I'll forget them otherwise. So we'll put in all new rubber bushings here and here and here. Okay, now we're going to see about reconditioning parts. which isn't a huge amount, but hey, every little helps, you know. Right. Knuckle, is that one of them? We have one anyway, so that's good. We're going to have to buy rubber bushings. We're not going to have enough to finish this job. Spring cap, we actually have one. That's fantastic. And I know we have a spring. Oh! No, we're going to put a new spring in. Right, let's get those now. So, spring. Rear spring, we'll get 4 of them, I think. Rubber bushings. We'll get a baker's dozen of each. Because these are used quite often. Okay. Now, this suspension arm. Followed by a rubber bushing, followed by the other suspension arm, B. Now, do I have shocks? I have one, so I need another shock, god damn it. And I don't know if I have wheel bearings. We're going to find out now though. I do, excellent. Brake disc. One that came off it can go back on. Brake pads, the ones that came off it can go back on. Reconditioned caliper. Spring, followed by spring cap or shock absorber cap. Sway bar A, I don't have one, I need to get one of those. Bar A. Front, rear, sway bar A. And you know what, I'll pick up 3 of them. I have a couple of spares. I'll do the same with the end links. Right. So sway bar is next, followed by the end link, which we seem to have plenty of, followed by the wheel. Okay. God damn it, I'm trying to... There, that's what I want. So, knuckle housing A, we actually have one. Get that rear suspension arm in. Now we'll get the suspension arm B in. Now we'll get this rubber bushing in. Shit, I forgot the shock absorber. Right, upper suspension arm. You're next for shaving. Followed by end link. Followed by small rubber bushing. Followed by rear suspension arm A. Followed by a spring cap. Followed by a spring. Followed by a shock absorber cap. And that's a shock absorber A I need. Right, let's get that now. Shock absorber A. And I'm going to pick up 5 of them. That way we'll have a few spares, which is always handy to have. Right, now rear wheel hub, followed by a wheel bearing, followed by wheel hub cap, one that came off it, and then a new, second hand brake disc that came off it can go back on, followed by the pads that came off it can go back on, followed by a reconditioned caliper, and then the wheel. Okay, we'll take a gander at the list of parts here now. We'll mark off everything that we have done, and we'll see if there is anything remaining or outstanding. But I would imagine we're in pretty good shape here, to be honest. So it's looking good here so far. We'll check the other ones now in a minute. Yeah, good there. Ooh, one part not discovered. Sloppy car steering. What could that be? What could that be? An end link. I bet you it's an end link. Haha, look. Sneaky bastard. I have to take the wheel off. Damn it. I completely missed that, but oh well. Alright, end link, off you come. And I should have an end link A. So it's my last one. Alright, wheel can go back on now. At least we were able to get an extra little bit of XP. And now that should be everything done. There, and there, and there. Wunderbar. Right, let's drop her down. Okay, and we spent 2,800 on parts and we're getting 6,500 back in payout. Wonderful, wonderful. Right, musical chairs. We're going playing with the cars again, so we'll move that one to lifter A. We'll move this one to lifter B. We'll move this one to lifter C. And we'll move this one, Jesus Christ, look at that for a paint job, to garage entrance A. And we'll check the phone to see if there are any new experience orders available. That could be a very easy one, so we'll keep that for a minute. Right. Actually, that could be a really easy one as well. Do you know, I'm going to work on... Wait. I'm going to work on this one. Car is loud. We'll pick up that bad boy. How are we doing on time? 17.5 minutes. Let's have a look and see what is wrong with this one. Brake problems, repair damage. Alright, okay, we're not going to get that car done. How about this one? Brake problems loud when accelerating. We're not going to get that done either. Wait a minute, that's not what I wanted. I want to check here. Driver struggling to find gears. Right, that's gearbox. Repair old gearbox. Grinding and shaking. Alright, we'll work on this one. So let's put her up on the first stage of the lift. We're going to pop the hood. We're going to see if we can get the starter off from in here in the engine bay. There's the starter. And now we're going to lift her up fully. We'll take the wheels off, then the drive axles, and then we'll strip the gearbox, because this is most likely going to be gearbox, release bearing, pressure plate, clutch plate, and flywheel. It might not include the flywheel, but it could be one of the items that needs replacing. So this will be a quick, handy job for us to get done. There we go. Now we can get the gearbox. And sure enough, it all looks like it's in tatters. And I think I should have just enough of these parts in stores to finish this job. So plenty of flywheels. Down to our second last clutch plate. Down to our last pressure plate. Down to our second last release bearing. And I have a gearbox. That's great. Alright, so now we get the drive shaft back in. Actually, yeah, screw it. We'll put the one that came out back in. I won't bother reconditioning it. We're going to be right on the mark in terms of time for this episode, which is going to be perfect. So that'll be, what, 3 jobs done in this episode? Should be great. It'll be great progress. Alright, put that one back in. And all that remains is the starter, which I've actually thought about this time. Right, starter, we'll put that one back in, even though I can recondition that one, but whatever. And that's that job done. So all done there, all done there, and all done there. Sweet. We spent 2,700 on parts and we're getting 8,200 back in return. Not bad at all. Right, let's move this one into lifter C. We'll move this one into garage entrance A. And we're going to check the phone and see if there are any experience orders for us to pick up. I'm going to hang on to that one for a minute. No, okay. Get rid of that one. Transmission is noisy, gearbox control and repair. Haha, there, this is the one we're going to get. Yay. Okay, we are going to leave it there for now. Thanks a million for watching, folks. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Do all that good stuff. And my name is Winters, and I'll catch you next time. So until then, take care.